Thanks to my partner Cai Jiaen, and I will carry on to introduce the Chinese copyright law, how the origins, what is in its own styles, and carry out right now. Let's take a look on the timeline here. Comparison to the United States copyright law or other Western countries, the history of Chinese copyright law is quite short, only 25 years since 1990. When in 1992, after China had joined into the Berne Convention, the copyright law in China has been modified for twice. The first time in October 27, 2001, and the second one in February 26, 2010. They already had the amended in 2012. However, it can only in draft but not implemented yet. The biggest influence of moral right that is they decide to use the right of attribution to replace the region. No matter how they modify their act, there's only one purpose to make the law, in order to developing the culture and technology under Association Watch. They put this principle significantly listed on their Article 1, which soon it could be the Chinese own style moral right. In this page, I'll study compared to Chinese own style moral rights with standard set of Western mainstream and the Berne Convention. As you can see, China copyright law contains the four dimensions of the moral rights: the authorship, the revision, the integrity, and the publication. However, we already know three of them: the authorship, integrity, and the publication. But the revision? What is that? As we know about that is all revision in the Western style moral rights as we're familiar, especially under the public service purpose of sovereign doctrine. This distinction allowed the author to modify his word or to authorize others to instead of him as long as for serving the association. Furthermore, there's no attribution and winter ideas in China copyright law either. We guess the right of integrity should be covered of them. And last, the Berne Convention could be the lightest protection in this act, only the right of authorship and the right of integrity. Let's take a look on first cases: Wu Guanzhong sue Duo Yunxian, a gallery in Shanghai, and the Yongchen Guwan, an antique collection company in Hong Kong. I introduced this case to elaborate what's the difference between the right of revision and attribution under the China copyright law. In the beginning, the plaintiff Wu Guanzhong is a famous painter with a very high reputation in China art market, and the defendant Duo Yunxian and Yongchen Guwan were both to host the auction of Chinese temporary calligraphy and painting in October 1993. These awards were provided by the Duo Yunxian. After this auction, they published the painting into the picture album and sent to other units. In the same time, the plaintiff was noticed that a painting in auction has been titled "The Portrait's Mouth" is falsely attributed to him. However, the plaintiff already announced that wasn't his work. The plaintiff sued for injunction of sale, a public apology, and a large monetary damages. Therefore, the court considered that the defendant saw a forged painting that was a direct infringement of plaintiff's attribution right. It leads to the plaintiff won the case. In the end of my portion, I will leave the rest to my another partner, Cai Yuxin. He will continue to expand the revision integrity in other cases.